Our topic for today was all about the Romantic period, Ode to the West Wind. So, our learning objectives by the end of the module, students should be able to identify the aesthetic poem of the Ode to the West Wind.
This is Percy Bysshe Shelley, one of the most important poets of the Romantic era. He was born on August 4, 1792 in Sussex, England, and died in Italy in 1822 at just 29 years old. Shelley is known for his passion ideals. He strongly believed in love, passion, freedom, and justice in his early works, like Queen Mab and the Notebook. He spoke about political issues and the need of change. He believed poetry could help improve society. This idea is called social reform. One of his most famous poems, Alastor, explores the life of lonely dreamer, a poet who wants to change the world but feel ignored by it. When Shelley moved to Italy, he was deeply inspired by art, nature, and culture around him. It influenced how he wrote. One of his examples is Ode to the West Wind, where he described ashes and sparks from unextinguished heart. The line shows how Shelley used powerful image from nature to express feelings like hope, sadness, and passion. Nature for him wasn't just background. It was a symbol of human emotion and change. As a romantic poet, Shelley focused on deep feelings, imagination, freedom, and rebellion against society rules. These are all key themes in romantic poetry, and Shelley expressed them with strong emotion and beautiful language. Shelley's creativity began at young age. He grew up in Field Place, a peaceful home in Sussex, where he was loved by his family and the servant. Even as a child, he was imaginative and playful. He loved inventing games and especially enjoyed telling ghost stories he made up himself. This early experience helped shape the past he became. Someone full of ideas, emotion, and dreams. His love of stories and imagination as a child clearly carried into his poetic life.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christy Charmaine Sibay, and I will be discussing Ode to the West Wind by Percy Bysshe Shelley. So, the important details: this ode was written by Shelley in 1819 in Florence, Italy, and was published in 1820. He appeals the West Wind to infuse in him the energy and the power so that he can write good poems. He treats West Wind both as a preserver and destroyer. So the theme is that death and destruction will bring about birth and regeneration. In this poem, he talks about the impact of the west wind on leaves, clouds, and sea. He is inspired by the intensity and the strength of the west wind. So this poem is written in 5 cantos and uses terza rima with rhyme scheme ABA, BCB, CBC. In a nutshell, the poem is divided into 5 cantos, each exploring a different aspect of the wind and its effect on the natural world and the human conditions. So in the first canto, introduces the west wind as a force of change and transformation, capable of sweeping across the land, stirring up the leaves, and driving dark storm clouds. The speaker expresses a desire to harness the wind's power in his own life to be a trumpet through which its mighty voice can be heard. The second canto delves into the imagery of autumn and the analogy of the wind as a destroyer and preserver. It showcases the wind's ability to scatter the fallen leaves, representing the passing of time and the end of seasons. The speaker wishes to assimilate the wind's ability to bring about renewal and rebirth. The third canto focuses on the relationship between the wind and the sea. Shelley illustrates how the wind's breath affects the ocean, causing waves to rise and ships to be tossed about. He likens this to the potential for social and political upheaval, calling for a similar transformative force to sweep through societies, bringing about change and liberation. The fourth canto takes a more introspective turn as the speaker reflects on his own state of being. He implores the wind to inspire him, to infuse him with its power and vitality. He wishes to be lifted from his current state of stagnation and despair, urging the wind to carry his thoughts and ideas across the world like leaves blown by its force. In the final canto, the speaker addresses the wind directly, highlighting its role as a harbinger of spring and the promise of his new beginnings. He envisions a future where the wind's power can bring a more and spiritual about a creative renewal, breathing life into humanity's aspirations and ideals. Overall, Ode to the West Wind is a captivating and introspective poem that celebrates the beauty and strength of nature while contemplating its potential to inspire and transform the human spirit.